So today we're breaking down 10 wild diabetes myths that even doctors still believe. And I guarantee at least one of them will surprise you. Stick around for myth number 10 because that one still gets me labeled extreme every time I show my CGM graph or talk about it. Myth number 1, type 1 diabetes needs carbs to survive. The only thing type 1s need is insulin, not carbs. Actually, it's the complete opposite. Carbs are optional fuel. Insulin is show life support. Yet somehow, we've been told that cutting carbs is dangerous, when in reality, reducing carbs is what actually stabilizes blood sugar. Question for you, what's the lowest daily carb total you've ever tried? Drop it in the comments, I'm curious. You might be shocked at how little you actually need, 0. Myth number 2, keto puts you into ketoacidosis. This one drives me absolutely crazy. Nutritional ketosis, like from a keto diet or a low carb diet, is completely normal physiology. Low insulin, steady ketones as a form of energy, normal glucose levels. Ketoacidosis is an emergency with sky-high blood glucose levels as a result of no insulin on board. Total different planets. Some professionals still warn type 1s not to try keto because you'll go into DKA, diabetic ketoacidosis. It's like saying taking a shower is risky because you might drown. I'd love to see how common this myth is. Drop a yep in the comments if you've heard that. Myth number 3, a low hemoglobin A1C means dangerous low blood sugars too often. When I show my A1C to most doctors when it's in the low 5s, they panic. You must be having a ton of lows or hypos. No, not at all. When you lower carbs and smooth out those post-meal spikes, you actually have fewer lows. Think of it this way, fewer highs equals fewer corrections, equals fewer crashes, flat glucose lines, stable energy, and less lows. And yet, many professionals still discourage people from aiming for normal, non-diabetic blood glucose levels. Not everybody can do it, and everybody's diabetes is different. I'm not saying you should all run out and do low-carb, ketogenic diets. I'm just saying that it works for me. So, you tell me, what happens when you show your A1C level when it's on the low side? Do you get praised or scolded? Myth number 4. Insulin timing doesn't matter. Do you ever eat pasta and think you nailed the dose, only watch your CGM explode an hour later because you didn't time that dose? Timing matters a lot. Pre-bolusing your insulin, knowing when your insulin actually kicks in, can make or break your diabetes management. Get it wrong, you're chasing numbers all day. Get it right, you barely move the needle. What's your go-to pre-bolusing timing window? I'm about 20 minutes before an overactive and about 40 minutes after I take my regulars. So what's yours? Let me know in the comments. Myth number 5, CGMs make people obsessive. I actually had an endo tell me that. I became empowered by my numbers and felt more ease going to bed at night, knowing the thing will wake me up. Because data's freedom, the freedom from guessing, freedom from anxiety, like I said, freedom from waking up at 3 a.m. wondering, am I high or low? Sure, at first it's a flood of information, but once you learn your trends, you actually think about diabetes less. So what's your favorite CGM hack or app alert that's saved you lately? My favorite is the warning that I'm gonna go low in 20 minutes if I don't correct. Myth number 6, fat makes you insulin resistant overnight. So context matters, and this myth is missing it. Yes, fat combined with a lot of carbohydrates, slow digestion, and keeps glucose elevated longer, that pizza meal. But eating fat in a low carb context, that's not insulin resistance. That's metabolic stability. Longer satiety, fewer spikes in blood glucose levels, and better focus. And no, bacon doesn't instantly make you insulin resistant. What's one food you used to avoid that turned out to be totally fine for your blood sugar? Myth number 7, you can't live long with type 1 diabetes. I was told that I was gonna die before my 40th birthday, and here I am. So this one's a bit personal for me. I've been doing this thing for 43 years. I'm 52 now, and my health markers are better now than in my 20s. Modern tools, smarter diets, CGMs, and real-world knowledge mean that we can absolutely live long, healthy lives. The real danger isn't diabetes, it's outdated advice. So let's flip this myth. Comment long haul if you plan to outlive every textbook prediction. I know I bloody well do. Myth number 8, insulin pumps fix everything. I've had so many people come up to me as a diabetes educator, so can I get a pump? It'll fix everything. No, pumps are amazing, but they're not magic. You still have to put the work in. If your inputs are messy, your outputs will be too. A pump won't fix a 300-gram carb meal or a misjudged bolus if you're misjudging the amount of carbs you're eating. Technology amplifies your habits, good or bad. So I'll ask you, pump, pen, or MDI, which one gives you more control day to day? Myth number 9, you can't train hard or lift heavy with type 1 diabetes. I say, bloody hell, you can do whatever you want with diabetes. I've had so many people say, oh, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do that. You absolutely can train hard. You just need to understand how different workouts affect your glucose. Anaerobic, or high-intensity training, tends to spike your blood sugar. Aerobic, long-term sort of training like running, jogging, walking, tends to drop your blood sugar. So if you know that, you can manage your diabetes. I do Muay Thai, I lift weights, and I still keep stable numbers. What's your go-to training style that messes with your glucose the most? Myth number 10. Dr. Bernstein is extreme. If you don't know who he is, I'll drop a link in the description. This is the one that always gets me labeled most radical. But here's the truth. Chasing stable blood sugars and normal A1Cs isn't extreme. Living with unpredictable spikes, fatigue, and complications, that's extreme. Consistency isn't crazy. It's freedom. And if you've ever been told your CGM graph is too flat, please comment below because I'd love to show how backwards that mindset. So how many of those myths have you heard before? If even one of them made you go, what? Hit that like button because that means this conversation still matters. Type 1 diabetics aren't fragile. We're adaptable. We're actually warriors. It's time to ditch the outdated advice and own our data, our diets, and our direction. I'm Type 1 Trev, and I'll see you in the next one.